Hey everyone, I'm Bondar JR, Silverwolf, Ron, and we're here to stream some eveonline. So I apologize, I've got a few things going on with the stream. I was able to make affiliate status after last night's stream, so that was kind of a big deal. But seeing there's a whole bunch of new things on the stream now that I'm not quite familiar with, so I'm working on getting familiar with those, getting all that set up. So I apologize. This one's going to have some things on it that I might not be familiar with. Looks like ads are something that is automatically run. So it should notify me before the ads are run. So hopefully I'll get those notified and we'll go from there. So we can kind of keep that going on. So, but yeah, so we'll go from there and we'll keep seeing what we can do. So, but yeah, I'll have to see how we manage it. So I am going to add them there. So that one should do that. All right, so save that. So that way I get notified in my chat, at least when the ads are going to come. So hopefully that'll help. So anyway, welcome. Let me switch over to the Eve screen. Eve also went through an update today, and Equinox is live. So that's probably going to change a few things in Eve as well. I'm logged in here as my main, so we'll take a look at that, see what's going on there. And we'll move on from there. So appreciate you guys all being here. Thanks to my lurkers. Appreciate you guys. Try and check out some things here, see what's going on. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch. Board ship. Yeah, so they've changed the way you do stuff. They do have these nice new icons here that show what type of ship it is. So this is a battle cruiser, which is cruiser with a line under it. Here's an Omen, that's a cruiser, so you can see it has the same symbol there, but the line under it for battle cruiser. This is a frigate, which is kind of strange because this is a tier 2 frigate, and then these are destroyers, which is the frigate symbol with a line under it. So these are all destroyers here. This is a battle cruiser as well, so it's got the same symbol as that. And then this is a hauler, which is what the blockade runner is. So here's the exhumers. This is also a frigate and destroyer, frigate. That is a hauler. That's also a hauler. This is in command ship, which is what that symbol is. And then these are the exhumers. And then even the shuttles have a special symbol, so that's kind of nice. And that's a cruiser. It's actually a tactical cruiser. And then here are frigate, tier 3 frigate. So, well, that's a tier 3 cruiser. So yeah, so it's got kind of a little bit different. I'm gonna actually go out here and I'm gonna try and see if there's any pirate sites out here. Pick those guys off. There's nobody in local, so that means that that's probably a good bet that we'll be able to find some pirate sites. There's Garista and Dread. That's actually a home front operation, so but I'm going to go ahead and warp to this one since it looks like it's active. And should have probably checked to make sure all my drones were okay, but I did disable my VPN tonight prior to starting, so that's kind of nice. And that has cleared up a lot of my chat problems, which is kind of nice. My chat would constantly reconnect, which I could never figure out why. That seems to be tied to the VPN as well, so So that's kind of a nice added bonus. But all the air stuff would not work with the VPN on. So kind of disabled that. So just got to remember to do it before I come in. Otherwise, it messes up my connections like the other night. Last night, I think. They are firing on me. So we're going to switch to... I guess we're not going to switch. Yeah, I got antimatter there. Is it already on antimatter? It is already on antimatter, so they're all a little too close for the antimatter, so we'll go ahead and use the drones on them. We'll kind of take them out with the drones, see if we can get them taken care of. Really need to take out these two sentry guns, as they are causing some problems. So we'll target them while we get these others going. Really seems to be the only damage I'm taking is from the sentry guns. I didn't want to do that. Switched my drones, didn't want to do that. Nah, we'll switch to drones. And save. That's all we got. Good. Alright. Not sure why they split. Ooh, this one's taking damage. These are destroyers. I'm going to pull these guys in. Well, actually. So they'll target me instead of targeting the drones. Try and get them taken care of. Like a wood drop. Alright, so now we got some more. Looks like they might be getting targeted, so I want to focus them all. That'll make shorter work of it. Actually, that's on my target range, so we can go ahead and hit those. These guys are in pretty good shape, so that's good. Alright, here's the next wave. So we keep targeting them. Wiping them out. They're not doing a whole lot of damage. And that looks like it. So have them return to my drone bay. And I'm going to approach this guy. There's only one that looks like it has loot. So I'll go check it out. Do a flyby. And we'll go back here and dock.
Warp drive active.
And if we actually check on here, we should see that that one is gone. Yes, it's actually created a new one. So we'll go salvage that one, and then we can come back and try another one. So once again, thanks to my lurkers. Appreciate you guys being here. You guys are awesome. Also want to say thanks to my YouTube viewers. I have a lot of YouTube viewers that are very watch my videos every day, so I appreciate that. Couldn't think of the word I wanted there. Sorry about that. So let's switch to our cleanup. Board ship. So they changed to make active to board ship, which is interesting. Actually, let's stop that. Let's say ship. Mighty. Let's do repair. Can we do repair from the menu? We cannot. So let's do repair here. And it's going to give me a whole big list. Let's do that. Repair. Repair all. Okay. I'll take care of my guys. And then we'll undock. Because otherwise I'll forget to repair them the next time. And we'll have that to deal with. And warp out here. So kind of checking it out to see what the differences are. There's a big old orca. Guest 12847 Iscariot. Really. So can't do those until we dock again. That's okay. It's been a while since I've run stuff on this account, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how it works. Or shouldn't say how it works, but how quickly it salvages. This one's kind of get these guys all reeled in. Salvage is a lot faster. More in here. There goes my cat. I don't normally run out of cap with this with my main on this ship, so but this was a super fast salvage job, which really doesn't look like I got much. Oh, I got a few things. That's not too bad. Kind of reeling 2 in at a time, and salvaging 2 is working out pretty good. Keeps the cap from running out. Salvagers are really the hogs. There's that. We'll get that last one salvaged, and we should be good. Go ahead and clear our bookmark. All right. Go back here and dock.
Warp drive active.
And if we check here, shows we're at 9, so we'll do another one. Looks like there's another one here, so keep spawning one. So yeah, there's another Garista den, so we'll go ahead and do that. Could bring out a scanner and scan these things down, but we'll just work on these ones that are popping.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Get those taken care of. Appreciate all you guys being here. Appreciate all my followers got me to this point. So I'll be doing some research probably this weekend on what the affiliate status means and how that goes. Be able to give you guys the most benefits. I know there's some emotes and stuff that I need to create and get created and that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to all that. So we'll see how that goes. Switch to this guy. Board. Gotta remember they changed it to board. So let's go do this other one. I was gonna put some jobs in. That's all right. I'll do it on the next run. Let's check this one out.
Warp drive active.
It looks like they've got the ship tree on here by default now. Unless it's just remembering from before that I had it open. Let's see if I close it, if it goes away. Nope, it doesn't go away. So it's on the menu by default. I have unclaimed rewards. 500,000. I could use that. comes the shots. Launch my drones. Let's target these missile batteries first. And we'll shoot at this guy since he's in our range of our guns. I'm not hitting. Wonder why I'm not hitting. There goes my shields. No problem. Well, take out that battery. Now we're hitting. Let's mark this one. Save. Air goal completed. That's cool. Let's have them focus. All right, here's the next wave. Starting to get into my armor, so taking a little bit of damage there, but that's all right. We can deal with that. There's a cruiser. Let's have these guys return to drone bay because they're starting to take damage. Now let's launch. Where's that cruiser? That's the one I want. Hey Frilner, how are you? No, I actually didn't. Haven't quite figured out how to do that yet, to be honest. I did see it advertised, but every time I click on the link, it takes me someplace that doesn't seem to make sense. So, and I didn't really have time to check into it to figure out what was going on. So yeah, it did say it's in the game store, but like I said, every time I'm there, I don't really see where it shows the free week, so. Alright, let's have these guys return. These are all cruisers. And destroyers. Alright, let's launch. And F. And I'm gonna shoot at these guys, but it should be all gold and yellow bordered. Yeah, I like I said, I was messing with it, and I was messing with it at work, so that might have been another reason why it didn't work. But I'll check that out because yeah, could always use a free week. Could always use a free week. So. I got a notice that my other account was the it had I don't know, 50,000 skill points on it, and it was going to lose those skill points if I didn't redeem them shortly. And so unfortunately it was an Omega, so I was trying, that was one of the reasons I was trying to get the 7-day, to be able to see if I could do the 7-day on it to be able to claim it that way, but didn't quite work out that way. So I ended up using them on all kinds of other things that were up there. They've got me locked. Let's launch. Come on. Alright. There we go. Running out of cap. These guys are hitting hard. Yeah, when you open the new Eden store, it should be the very first option you see, but maybe you're bugged out or something. Yeah. That's why I said I'll check it out and figure it out, but because yeah, it didn't seem to be working the way it was intended, so. Alright, come on. Take a couple of these out. We should be able to handle the damage. So, all right, excellent, excellent.
A module has run out of charges.
Yep. We got one here I didn't target. What up with that? Turn you off. All right, that looks like it. So, yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with it, because it would make sense for me to be able to pick that up. So, like I said, the main reason I wanted to pick it up is now gone, but still would be nice. So, and I think I've already done one. Yes, approach. Yep. All right. So these guys are in. So let's go back here and dock. So we got through that one without too much trouble. And actually, let's see. There might be another one. There is. Looks like another one popped up. Yep. We might just be able to sit here all night and do them, so. Oh, I guess I should turn this off, huh? Since my armor is fully repaired. Yep.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
But yeah, these air missions have really turned out to be nice from a perspective of just getting things taken care of. Put you guys in there. Let's repair while I'm here. Well, 232. That was expensive repair job. Oh, we actually got some more bullets here that don't belong. There we go. Stack these guys. And then the other one I was going to do is I think I wanted to build the ship tech, right? Where do we at? Need to organize my blueprints a little better. Armor hull. Let's do this. And 3 runs should be enough. Alright. So then let's switch here. Yeah, there's actually you can mess with these icons. There's cards, which is kind of nice. Gives you a little bit more information about the ships. So unfortunately, I got too many here that kind of makes it a little hard to get through them all. But so that's why I opted to go with the icons. And there's also a details, which gives you what type of ship it is, rather than the icon of which type of ship it is. So, and just a plain old list like before, which still does about the same. So I like the icons. I like the symbols. It's nice because these symbols match what you see on the overview now. So that's kind of nice. I always had to hover over them to figure out board ship. I always had to figure out which ones they were, and I always had to hover over them. So now it's kind of nice because I can start memorizing them. So that's really nice. Let's go out here and see if we can salvage these guys up. We're at 10. Like I said, it looks like a new one popped up. Every time we destroy one, it pops up a new one, so that's kind of nice. We'll just keep going through them until somebody else decides they want to do them. Not a whole lot of people in this system. Free rewards. Claim, claim, claim. Alright. And let's loot all these. Picking them off pretty quick. That's nice. There's some bullets I can use. And we can go ahead. This one we need to reel in. Always got some missiles, so that's always nice. So what's new with you, Frilner? What do you think of the Equinox expansion? I don't even know what's changed. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm figuring out now, is to try and figure out what's changed. So just a few little things here and there, it looks like. To be honest, doesn't seem like a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, these are getting further away, so that's weird. That one's getting closer. All right, where are we at? I'm so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. I decided I want my frigate my way into some abyssal stuff. I watched a couple videos, kind of looked interesting. Yeah, I haven't done any of the abyssals yet, but they do look very interesting. Ming, one of my regular viewers, he's a big abyssal guy. And yeah, he's been making me very interested. So I've got a bunch of filaments that I just got laying around. So it's one of those where it might behoove me to make them work for me. So. You. Got you. My cap's gonna run out here in a second. Got you. Stack all. It's really you, man. You got something on you. Let's approach this guy. Reel these two in. But yeah, those abyssal things, they really do look nice. Kind of one of those nice things to try out. Some people say they can make a lot of money running those, so that's always nice. No longer there. All right, I'll grab the cargo. Come on. Of course you did. Just not quick enough. Just not quick enough. All right, so let's get you and get you. Do you know what sequencing is? No, I haven't. I've heard the term. Right. So not bad. 700,000 in loot and salvage. That's not too bad. I can live with that. I just saw there's a whole subcategory in a skill tree called sequencing, but don't know. Yeah, I saw that earlier as well. And I didn't have any of the skills, so I thought, okay, that's obviously something I'm going to have to check into. So.
Warp drive active.
So it says I have unused skill points, so, which is interesting because I don't know why I would have unused skill points. So maybe they got rid of some skills, and I always hate that it doesn't let me apply it to the current one. I have to pause it and then restart it. That'll take care of that. But yeah, that's sequencing. So basic induction, batch sequencing. Not sure. Industrial sequencing. Producing multiple skins in a single sequence job. So it looks like maybe it's for creating skins, which is kind of weird. I didn't know you could create skins, but that's all right. So they're always adding something new, which always keeps it interesting as well. So stack all those, and then we'll switch back to our mighty hammer. They changed that, so it used to be make active, now it's board ship. So, which I'm not really sure why they would change that, but more power to them. Makes them feel better. So
warp drive active.
Alright, so let's get rid of this. Remove large collidable. There we go. These are frigates. I don't know why this is changed. 44. Those are pretty far off. So let's switch to the tungsten. I think that'll give us that kind of range. We could shoot them from far, pick them off. 42. So still too far. But yeah, it looks like for the most part, it doesn't look like a lot of big changes. That sequencing was one, so yeah, that's what it looks like. Maybe you can build skins now, since a lot of people have started collecting skins, so maybe they decided to build skins. Let's keep at 30. That's what we want. It's actually pretty slow. What happened to keep at 30? Let them all target me. Excellent. Yeah, so keep it 30. Let's launch these guys. Use them to clean up the close ones. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of people collecting those skins now, so maybe it's become profitable for them to allow people to build them. So that'll be interesting, I guess. Wait till these guys target me, and then I'll launch these guys back out there. That's the only cruiser, so we'll take him out. That's a cruiser too. No, that's the only cruiser. That's the one I'm targeting. Alright. Oh, here comes some more. So let's shoot these guys. Yeah, that keep at 30 never works. I don't know why that never works. Nope, nope, nope. That's not what I wanted. Stay there. So keep it 30. These are both cruisers. Guys aren't taking no damage.
A module has run out of charges.
Yeah, these aren't as tough as the last ones, so. Alright, that's the end of that. Reel these guys in and salvage and start all over again. Dock.
Warp drive active.
Ah, there's no more. So yeah, there must be one that I gotta scan down, which we could do, but maybe we'll switch over to my alt and do some missions over there. Got a couple done. Career agent. Yeah, here's Abyssals, so that's on there. Combat sites.
Requested.
Loyalty points. That's right. If I just spend loyalty points, I can get that one. So let's go ahead.
Docking request accepted.
We'll do that one. That's an easy one to complete. I'm pretty sure I already got that one. Yep. Okay, don't spend on that. Not using large, but let's go ahead and purchase these guys. 160. 1.6. I don't need to buy 300. Yeah, let's do these. Cruise missile, do I have that one? I do not have that one. Let's go ahead and buy that one. That's 9,000. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy that one. Go ahead and inject that one. Now I gotta find it. Ooh, what are you guys doing here? I must have these guys not set up right. So my invention jobs are not going where they're supposed to. Go figure. That's all right. Where's that skill? Where are you, Mr. Skill? Where are you, Mr. Skill? Probably be all the way at the bottom. Warhauler cruise missile. Let's do inject. And actually, that's missiles. Cruise missile. Cruise missile specialization. Let's add to the front. What's the prerequisites? Cruise missile 5. Yeah, 23 days. Yeah, that's all right. We'll save that one. Yeah, we'll leave them on there. They're not gonna hurt nothing. All right. So that should have completed this one. Claim all. That completes that one. Combat sites, we're good there. All right, let's switch over to this guy. I think that's what I'm going to start doing on here. Hey, WYO, sorry I missed you. How you liking the new expansion? Haven't had time to check it out yet. Yeah, we're just kind of looking at it right now ourselves, so it doesn't seem like a huge amount of changes, but you know, hard to say. A few cosmetic wording changes, and they added a whole new skill category called sequencing, which looks like it has to do with producing skins through industry, which is kind of interesting. So I have to check that out a little more detail, but yeah, for the most part, seems not a whole lot of changes. Sequencing has it has been around a while. I just noticed it. So yeah, I was like you. I just noticed it the first time today, so I didn't realize that. So yeah, I thought for sure it was new. So goes to show how well I pay attention. Oh, why are you guys not? There you go. Goes to show how well I pay attention. These guys in. For some reason, it didn't sort them the way I was expecting them to. So, and let's approach this guy. Yeah, so most of it's mostly about null and cosmetic, seems to me. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the way a lot of it looked here to me too. So, which I haven't been in nullsec in a long time. So, but that is one I'm probably going to do some more of. So it'll be nice to check those changes out. some good loot off of these guys. Well, that's kind of nice. I went relic hunting in Null a few days ago for a couple hours. Didn't do bad or get ganked, so that's pretty good. Seems almost every time I go to Null, I get ganked. So yeah, anytime you don't get ganked, I get ganked in high sec. So it's like anytime you don't get ganked is a good day, right? Didn't want that one. I went back to where I used to live, so still had bookmarks, which helps. Yep. Yeah, that's one. One of the other streamers I watch, he hasn't streamed in a while. He's been sick. But he lives in nullsec, and he's really made a good profitability thing out of it. So he's kind of enticed me to look at that some. So maybe take one of my alts out there to be able to do stuff. You're just so far from everything. That's the one that always gets me. When you need something, you're too far away, so. I'm actually getting some pretty good loot off of these guys. Can't complain. Nothing of value, of course. And approach you. Actually, let's approach you. Bring you in. But yeah, having those bookmarks does always make a good difference. So keeps you safer. Definitely something to be said for that. But Frilner was also mentioning there's a free week of Omega out there on the store, which I haven't quite figured out how to claim yet. But let me grab this. But yeah, that's one that definitely want to tell everybody to make sure they pick up. So can't go wrong with a free week of Omega. Let's remove you. Dock. While we're docking, we'll check to see if a new one popped up. A new one did pop up. Look at that. All I got to do is wait. All I got to do is wait. So we'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, it looks like they've done some things here. Yeah, will it show mine? It does show the new Eden store. So yeah, so this one right here. So yeah, so maybe I didn't do it from in-game. Maybe that was the problem. So yeah, want to make sure you do that. Now, did I get it or did it? Let's grab all these. Yes. All right, I got a bunch of these skills that I already have. Probably need to pull these crates as well. I don't know what these crates have in them. Yeah, I got a bunch of skills that I already have, so that's going to be interesting. I can't use them. I checked all my alts and none of them have. NES bottom left, a bit against gifts. Yep. So yeah, and it looks like I already claimed it. Nope, says continue shopping. It's been added to my account. There you go. So awesome. So I was actually looking at the Eve partner stuff, which looks pretty interesting. You need a lot more viewers than I have. I think it says you need 100 viewers to be able to qualify for it. But it'll pay for your Omega for each month. And I think it gives you a bunch of Plex too. And so, which was kind of nice. But I guess they use it to kind of promote the game. So it's kind of a nice thing, which kind of what the streamers are doing. So that's kind of nice, paying them back. It seems they have it set a little high, so. But yeah, I'll have to go do that with my other account. Let's warp to here.
Warp drive active.
Because I have another account that just has one character on it, and I got a message that said I was about to lose my skill points that I had on it, and so I went and applied them, but it wouldn't let me apply them to anything that was Omega based, which is what everything I wanted to apply them to, of course. And so I actually tried to get that activated there, and for some reason it didn't work there. I don't think I was doing it in game. I think I was doing it somewhere else. So I was trying it from, I think, the launcher, and that might have been why. So it's got to be in game so you can get credit for it, I guess. All right. More hostiles. Not many more.
To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
They must have already killed it, I guess. Oh, they're killing them faster than I can target them. My kind of drones. Kill them faster than I can target. Did you find I got an ad break? Yeah, I didn't see that. So that was one that, and it's supposed to tell me in here that there's going to be ad breaks, but obviously that's not working. So yeah, I've got to work on that. But I actually made affiliate status last night. So yeah, apologize for the ads. I wanted to try and get them so they show here, so that way I can kind of warn you guys an ad's coming up and not do anything super important. Is that it? Wow, that was kind of lame. That was definitely a low-level Garista site. So, thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was kind of. I thought the viewer average of 3 viewers for the month was going to be the problem, but it turned out my followers. I didn't have enough followers. That was what the holdup was. So yeah, so those actually got covered last night. So that worked out. So, but yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, it's added a whole bunch of stuff to my stream that I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna have to research that and figure that all out. Emotes and all kinds of stuff and ads. As an affiliate, you can't turn the ads off. as a partner, once I get to the next level, then you can turn the ads off. So,
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
but yeah, so sorry about the ads. I was trying to put them in here in the chat so that I would see them and be able to warn you guys and not do anything important when the ads are getting ready to pop. But I've seen some other streamers do that, saying, "Hey, there's an ad break, so let's everybody take a break." And so, but yeah, it hasn't quite worked out like that yet. So I don't think anybody got hurt. So let's go ahead and yeah. So this is the cosmetic one. It used to be make active. Now it's board ship. So, which I keep looking for make active and it's not there. So I haven't quite learned that it's changed. Oop, I never took all this stuff out. Well, that wasn't very good. I don't expect this salvage to be too much. But yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. That was kind of one of the goals, was to kind of get there and eventually get the partner. So
Warp drive active.
but yeah, I gotta figure out all the new stuff. I guess I have to make my own emotes, which I'm not the most creative guy in the world, so that's gonna be interesting. And so I gotta make my own emotes and my own badges and that kind of stuff. There's a badge that shows up on mine that shows I'm a 1 month subscriber, which I guess is a default badge, which is kind of cheesy. So definitely want to try and get those fixed. I don't do that. Unlock. I guess we could kind of kill the bunker, maybe. I don't know. Salvage that. And salvage that. And approach that. How come I only did one? Here it goes. Ready? Nothing of value, nothing of value, nothing of value. So there are people who will make you emotes if you want to pay for them, and I got an idea what you want. So, and got an idea what you want. Yeah, I have heard that. I'm what's the term? Cheap. so yeah, so I figured I'd at least try myself before I go that route, but I'm sure theirs will probably look a lot better, so I may end up going that route. So
Warp drive active.
yeah, so it got rid of those. So nothing new popped up yet. We'll give it a couple minutes, maybe something new will pop up. I'll switch over to my other one. But yeah, I've heard that. Which that might be something nice. Pay for some nice cool emotes. I do wanna. I'll probably want to do something along the wolf theme. So that would be kind of nice. But the silver wolf theme. So, but yeah. So I suppose I could go that route. Maybe check around, do some shopping. But yeah, as my wife says, by default, I'm cheap, so might check some art streams. Some of them might do them cheap just for content. Yep. As long as I give them credit, throw something on there that shows, the credit, so that would be cool. But let's see. I think I'm going to switch over to my alt. Let's see. Yeah, these career missions, I'm not looking forward to that. So yes, we've still got another 12 or 13 sites to do before we complete that one. So, but yeah, that's something I was thinking too. Might find somebody up and coming that'll do them for me. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure just about anybody would make better ones than me. So from that perspective, it's probably safer to get somebody else to do them. Not a very creative guy, not especially when it comes to that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of interesting. So let's see, we got a bunch of stuff in here that doesn't belong. Take you out since there's only one of you. You know what? I'm probably not. Nope, I'm not where I want to be. That's why they're in there. Okay. So let's start the conversation with this guy. Have to kill the mercenaries protecting the Garista facility and then report back. We can do that. Close, undock. Oop, you know what? Let's check and make sure everything's repaired. Good. That's good. Because if I had a nickel for every time I go out there with damaged drones. But yeah, that's one of those, I figure. That's one of those more advanced topics after, after maybe you make a little bit and you can throw a little bit more into it, But then again, I really want them to look nice, so.
Warp drive active.
All the examples they show are like super nice looking, and I'm like, man, nothing I ever make ever looks that good. So it was funny because when I decided I was going to stream and setting up all my panels and all that stuff was, oh, what a nightmare. So yeah, I need to do that too. I need to have a checklist that I kind of throw on there and do that so that I can make sure I catch everything. Either always repair when I dock or when I leave, or both, That way I probably be okay. Get these guys to focus on me, and then I'll throw my drones out there. This guy, for some reason, loses a lot of drones. He probably doesn't have the best drone skills now that I think about it. I probably should look into those. What's he training right now? Nanite engineering. Yeah, we could probably throw some drone skills on there. That was easy. I don't know why it's not showing me the mission stuff, because it's nice when it shows me the mission stuff, because then I know that I'm completed. So mission accepted. Okay, show me the details. Not showing me the detail. View mission. There it is. Oh, right there. Big old button. Can't go after him directly. Kill the mercenaries and report back. So it looks like I did it. So it was almost too easy though. So let's see. Worst that'll happen is she'll tell me, sorry, you're not done. But yeah, it's weird. Sometimes the mission shows up here, sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know why that is. They were showing up there yesterday. So Need to see what's on here to see if I want to move any onto this guy.
Docking permission requested.
Need to check out these, I don't know what's in these crates.
Docking request accepted.
See if there's anything cool in those crates. Start. Complete. Alright, so I must have been done. You will need at least 150 of cargo space. Okay, I got that. Farming supplies. Deliver the farming supplies to the storage warehouse. Alright, so accept. Let's make sure we pick them up. Got it. Close. Warp out there. So opportunities isn't there. Might have to right click or add to something. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So but now that one's there. So yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those where sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I don't know why. I have lots of strange things like that. So a lot of it, I've actually had a lot of things clear up since I've been stopping my VPN anytime I play Eve, which I really don't like doing, but it's not a huge problem. But like I had a bunch of problems here with my chat because the chat would constantly reconnect like every minute. And it would fill my chat up with all the reconnect things, and I just thought that was normal. And now that I've stopped it, because this air stuff, none of this air stuff would work while the VPN was on. And so now that I've got that, the air stuff's all working, and the chat's not reconnecting over and over and over, so it's kind of cleared up a bunch of stuff. But I got to remember to do that before I start streaming, otherwise it kills my stream when I disconnect it, which happened last night. Alright, so there's our storage warehouse, okay. So let's approach that. I forgot about these missions. These missions are always like so far from the goal. One I did yesterday was like 50 some kilometers away, and I was like, oh man. And all I've got is a afterburner on here, so which I'd really like to see if I could fit a micro warp drive on there. So just for those times where I do have to kind of move it. So let's put you in there. Check. Start conversation. Complete. Quest. Site contains normal shipper. Should neutralize every drone inside the quarantine area. Okay. Close. Warp.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, so that'll definitely keeps us busy. So appreciate you guys being here tonight, watching. Like I said, I apologize because the ads are popping up, so sorry about that. I'll have to get those configured a little better. I did tell it to put it in my chat when the ad's going to display, but it's not doing that, so maybe I didn't configure it exactly correctly, which wouldn't surprise me. It's hard to test a lot of these things when there's nobody on. When I do the test stream, there's really no way to see a lot of this stuff work, and so it's kind of funny that way. Alright, so it says kill all the drones in the quarantine area. How do I know what the quarantine area is? I guess it's all these guys. They're really far away. You need to destroy all enemies in the vicinity. That's 100 kilometers away. Well, that's going to take forever. Yeah. Yeah, that one's kind of a nice one. Get you there quick. No, I appreciate it though. Don't worry about it. I probably have one laying around too. So this was actually a fit that Ming gave me that's awesome for damage. It's actually a shield tank, and I've been real impressed with it. But that's the only one, is that afterburner is, and I think it's a problem with the power. I just don't have the power to be able to put anything more powerful on there. So. And this is the only time it really causes problems is on these arc missions. So that's where I should have thought that through. Because those arc missions, they always make you travel a long way. And it uses a gate, so you can't bookmark it and come back again. So. I think it gives us more time to talk. So, which I always enjoy doing, right? Can't go wrong with talking, right? It's just giving me 38. All right. Let's, oops. 28. Yeah, so let's keep it. Keep it 30. Let's do that. Turn you out. I'm just going to keep targeting them because these guys are killing them faster than I can target them. It's all about speed tanking, so probably not best for you having to go through gates with me and I ratting days and all. Yeah, exactly. Actually really closed the distance. Yeah, these guys aren't doing any damage. So, Banana Phone, how are you? Thanks for being here. Yeah, I know. I still always try and greet everybody, you know. Don't want to discriminate against the bots, because one day they might rise up and kill us all. All right. Return. These ones are pretty easy. Once you cover the 100 kilometers, so... Yeah, when the bots decide they're going to rise up and kill us, they'll be like, wait, we can't kill him. He actually said hi to us. So. We'll kill everyone else. Yeah, if only. I'm kind of surprised with the... I don't want to get political, but I'm kind of surprised with the stance that the world has taken on artificial intelligence at the moment. With all the movies Hollywood has put out, you would have thought we would be a little more leery, but But you know, that's Hollywood. That could never
Documentation
happen.
requested.
So
Docking request accepted.
at least the bots seem to have sexy time. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. We're going to go back to her. All right. I think that's where I've got all my other stuff sitting, so that's good. We'll carry all this back there, so. Alrighty. But yeah, with all the things Hollywood has done, pretty much show how it's only a matter of time until they all rise up and kill us. You know,
Warp drive active.
I'm kind of surprised everybody's embraced it so well, but seems like world leaders are intent on making the movies from my childhood come true. Yep, exactly. I think that's exactly what it is. Is that I think it's an arrogance. It's like, you know, that'll never happen. That was sci-fi. That doesn't really happen. And it's kind of like, yeah. You know, even if it, you know, it is kind of a slim chance, or, you know, not so slim chance. I mean, why would you want to take that chance in your lifetime? You know, let somebody else make that stupid decision. But yeah, it's kind of,
Warp drive active.
it never, you know, it's kind of those things that, you know, when you do something, you always think that'll never happen to me, and then it happens to you. And so, but playing the averages, playing the statistics. But yeah, in the case of that, you ever watch a show called Person of Interest? I did. Yes. Enjoyed that very much. My wife and I are big into shows like that. But yeah, that was kind of along the same lines. Is, you know, something they had, you know, tried to use to help humanity, you know. Ended up taking over a thing. And you think about it, when it really comes down to it, one of the things that a lot of the movies kind of keyed on was that humanity is a virus on the earth, because the way we act is we're destroying the earth the same way a virus destroys the body. And so systematically, you know, wipe out everything, resources, and so it's kind of funny because you know, it makes sense from the limiting understanding of an artificial intelligence, where they would come to that conclusion to say, hey, this is acting just like this, so in essence, humanity needs to be eliminated, you know. Once you get into that whole machines making machines, then, you know, it's like, well, what do we need them for, you know? But it's funny, I saw one the other day, and they said, you know, I don't want an AI that does art and music. I want an AI that cleans and cooks so that I can do art and music. And so this is, when the AI does art and music, I'm still stuck cleaning and cooking, you know. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of the way it usually works. Is it's going to do the, you know, the creative things, not the, you know, not the worthless things. But there was a bunch of, I used to be a big Outer Limits fan, and there were a bunch of Outer Limits episodes about robots and, you know, coming in and doing the cooking and cleaning and pretty much just taking over and that kind of stuff. But the Isaac Asimov theme. But yeah, it's kind of. But yeah, that's what I thought. With all the Hollywood stuff, it's kind of amazing. Oh yeah. Well, and they kind of have. I mean, McDonald's around here, you can't talk to a human anymore. I go in and there's a kiosk, and you use the kiosk to make your order, and you might have a human bring it to you, you know, at the counter, but a lot of times, you know, that's the only one. And it's like, man, it's kind of crazy. But they've cut that out because it's so hard to find humans that want to work that type of job. So, yeah, I really need to figure out how to get notified when those ads are up. So, and to see what kind of ads it's even given. Yeah, see, it's not even showing on my other one, which is kind of strange.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. So I'm not talking through the ads. I think they're only supposed to be a minute long, so I think. But that's another one of those. But since I don't see them, hard to figure that out. So
Warp drive active.
where am I on this? Epic Arcs. I'm on. $20 of 52. All right, cool. Yeah, it's over now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I got to figure out how to get that to display somewhere. So I use a client for my streaming, OBS, and it's hard to get things to show up there that everywhere else. But yeah, we were talking about Mickey D's, and yeah, here it's actually, I mean, it's you order from a kiosk and don't talk to a human. And like I said, I think the human still brings the food out, but other than that, it's kind of. And so yeah, it's kind of become that. And I understand because they have such a hard time finding people to actually work those jobs because they don't pay enough. But and then again, to get anybody to work anymore has been a real problem here in the United States. So much easier to have the government pay you to sit home. So
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
that was the one thing I told my kids is that the only thing I needed them to be was productive members of society and not sit around. But I remember after COVID, my daughter went back to work and her she said, "Yeah, I'm getting less in my paychecks than I was getting from the government." And I said, "Yeah, that's how it works sometimes." That was weird. Why did it do that? I guess I was still docking. All right. All right. Evacuate the FR personnel from the area. You might get surprised by rogue drones. Stay on task, though. So don't kill them. All right. Or once I rescue the prisoners, I can kill them if I want. Seems like everyone wants CEO pay for part-time hours. You're right. I mean, they do. I mean, my kids, when they got out, they thought, oh, yeah, we're going to get out. And I've had people that I hire. I work for a bank. I've been with a bank for 24 years and computer programmer. And we have people that we hire at the bank, and they're like, yeah, well, I'm expecting to make, super high salary here. And I just joined the bank. And I'm like, well, why would you think that? I worked here. I worked here 20 years and I don't have a super high salary, I make a good living, but there's a lot of people who make a lot more than me. And it's like, but yeah, it's just like everybody expects to come out of college and start making umpteen bucks. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't quite work that way. You got to work up to that. And you only work up to that by, dedicating yourself to the work and going that route. So I think it's this habitation module. Once again, 77 kilometers away, of course. But yeah, they think, oh yeah. And then the thing that still gets me is I read something today about work being a key word. Exactly, you know. But I read something today about another CEO who has, you know, stole money from the company's 401k plan. And I'm like, how is this still happening? I mean, I understand the first couple getting away with it, but after that, it should have been kind of a moot point of, you know, hey, we need to put something in place to keep this from happening. But it's like, no, we still got them doing it. I'm going to have to unlock some of these because they're not getting closer. And these other ones are a lot closer. Unlock. Where are they all coming from? Must be a hive there somewhere. Cargo rig. Food relief. Yeah, I don't see where it's at. Too many chiefs, not enough braves. That's exactly it. And as long as they can keep stealing from the worker bees, well, you know, why wouldn't they? You know, and it's like, it's kind of like, you know, the whole reason. I think we talked about that on a different on one of the earlier streams, but you know, it's the whole shopping cart theory. You know, is there's no law that says you have to put a shopping cart back at the grocery store or anywhere, but they say, you know, that's a good sign of if you're a good human being or not, is if you put the shopping cart back, because there's not a law that says you have to. But if you do it just because it's the right thing to do, then you're probably you're probably a better than average human being. And it's like, okay, you know, I guess I could agree with that, but it's one of those where with these CEOs, because they just keep taking the money, it's like, you know, since nobody's ever stopped them, nobody's ever put anything in place to prevent them from doing that, of course they're just going to keep doing it. They think it's part of their pay. And it's like, well, that's not right. All right. All right, we got these guys out. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and kill some of these guys. Work for one road job where there were more company trucks on the job than pieces of equipment doing the job. Yep. Yep. Which just, I don't know how they get to that point. It's like, that just doesn't seem to make sense. But that's not that uncommon, you know? There's my air goals, so that's good. Oh, I blew up something there. Man, coming in faster than I can target them. Mostly college-educated bosses that couldn't run the equipment if they had to. Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. They just, you know, they feel more entitled when the whole reason they're making the kind of money they are is because of the worker bees. And it's like, you know, I don't know why you don't see that, you know? But so yeah, it always really, really bothers me, especially I guess because I'm so close to retirement, that when I hear about some CEO stealing the company's 401k, I'm just like, man, that really sucks. Because there's really no reason that should still be happening. Because that's just kind of ridiculous. Because that's not even an entitled thing at that point. That's just downright horrible. There's only a couple more left. We may as well clear them out. I don't know if these guys, can they go that far? They can go that far. Awesome. Should probably that one next. And they will get a slap on the wrist and maybe a short vacation. Yep, that's exactly it. There's really no punishment, so that's why they don't stop doing it. You know, even if they do somehow, you know, they get like 2 years in jail. Like what? They stole, you know, $50 million from a company's 401k program, and they get 2 years in jail. What? I mean, they ruined a whole bunch of people's lives and their retirement. And because, you know, they never see that money back, you know, which is really the sad part, is they never get the money back. And they serve, you know, 2 years in jail. And it's like, yeah, they're good. I'm like, no, they're not. Where if someone like me did that, they would pump daylight it. Yep. And throw away the key, you know? Oh, there it is. I was like, okay, I don't see where that one is. All right, let's have these guys come back. So, but yeah, that's exactly, you know, if somebody like us did it. But that's the other thing is, you know, if you have enough money, you can hire a really good lawyer. You can pretty much get away with anything. So, which is just, you know, that's corrupted the justice system, because if it comes down to that you can get away with stuff just because you have more money than somebody else, that's not right. That's not fair. I do believe everybody's entitled to a defense, but, you know.
Warp drive active.
And this one will probably, of course, he's passed away now, but O.J. Simpson was one of those where, yeah, I don't think there was anybody who was, you know, who didn't think he actually killed them. But because of his good lawyer, he got away with it. But then, you know, he had a whole bunch of other things. He still ended up in jail for something else. So, you know, what comes around goes around. But I guess, but yeah.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
But that's where it kind of gets sad, is when the justice system is so skewed because of by the rich. So, because I just don't think that's right. Like you said, if we did that, they would throw away the key. Encoded data. I'm going to pick it up all the way over there. Okay, so let's set destination. Not too far. Except a lot of these run around missions. But yeah. We watched, my wife and I, we watched that a lot of the crime drama stuff, and Snapped was one of the first ones we started watching, and it's amazing because these are some of the dumbest people on the planet. Woman can't figure out how she gets caught for, you know, soliciting to kill her husband when she solicited 6 people to kill her husband, and then, you know, her husband actually turns up dead, and of course, you know, the 5 that didn't do it come forward and say, hey, she asked me to do it, and I said no, so she probably just found somebody, and sure enough, that she's in jail right away, you know. And it's like so much easier, you know. I hate to see it because divorce is a horrible thing. I went through a divorce, but But yeah, it's one of those. It's much easier to divorce them than it is to have to worry about, going to jail. You worry about the kids, especially if they have kids, and end up killing one parent, the other one goes to jail, and the kids end up suffering. So,
Warp drive active.
but yeah, it's one of those. It's like, what do you do? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is that some of the ones that they actually get to do this stuff. They had one guy. He's like he agreed to kill her husband because she told him that he was abusing her, which of course he wasn't. But hook, line, and sinker. And then he was going to do it for like $200. I was like $200, like really? And then the other thing is you trust somebody who's only going to charge you $200 to get it done right and not turn on you. Of course, she didn't even pay him the $200, which was the other problem. Which is why as soon as the cops picked him up, he's like, "Oh yeah, it was her plan." I didn't even get paid, and they were like, "Well, how much were you supposed to get paid?" He's like, $200. And they're like, "You're gonna kill somebody for $200?" Like, wow. Surely the value of human life should be more than that, right? But yeah, like you said, the rock, it's like you wonder how these people survived as long as they did, to be perfectly honest. So, but yeah, we always joke because the snapped ones, they always, but whichever person dies, the very first thing they say is, "Oh, they were always a super awesome human being." And it's like, yeah, they'll probably say that about me too when something happens. He was a super awesome human being. Regardless of whether it's true or not, because they're the one that's dead. So I know a few I wouldn't give you 200 for. Exactly. But it's like my wife said, nothing's worth you spending time in jail. And I'm like, well, I think some of these people, 3 square meals a day, a roof over their head, more sex than they want, is probably a pretty good deal. I read one where somewhere, what was it? It said, yeah, I have a buddy that complains every day, but he sleeps 12 hours a day. He gets to read 2 or 3 books a week. He gets a lot of free time in the gym. And he gets more sex than he's ever wanted, but he hates being in prison. And it was like, yeah, I guess it's all about perspective, but yeah, it's like can't stand that he doesn't have freedom. It's like, but yeah, it's funny because it's just there was one I read, oh, it was a long time ago, but it was about this guy who was robbing banks, and there were 2 banks across the street from each other. And so he went into the one bank and he got a deposit slip and he wrote on the back of the deposit slip, "This is a stick up." And he spelled stick up wrong. So, not a rocket scientist, okay? But so he started waiting in line, and that bank was, say, a Bank of America, okay? And the one across the street was a Chase, let's just say, for example. And so he's standing in line, and the line's really long, and it's not moving. So he decides, okay, I'm going to go across the street. So he takes this deposit slip, he goes across the street, and there's no line at the Chase. So he walks right up to the window, and he gives the teller this deposit slip that says this is a stick up, with stick up spelled wrong. And she realizes that he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So she says, well, sir, I can't take this note seriously because it's written on a Bank of America deposit slip. If you want me to take it seriously, I'm going to need you to write it on a Chase deposit slip so that I can take it seriously. And so the guy like nods like, okay, that makes sense, and so he walks back across the street. Oh, I got to pick it up. That's right. So he walks back across the street and gets back in line at the Bank of America, and that's where the cops pick him up because she called the cops, and it's like, okay, I wanted to say set destination. That's what I wanted, but yeah. So but it was just like, somebody like that probably needs, 3 square meals a day and a bed and a roof over their head, because it's just like, yeah, how do you survive in society with, that way, But luckily, the woman was, she was pretty quick, and and so nobody got hurt, thank God. But yeah, it was one of those. It was just like, but yeah, it's like I said, there's definitely there are some that I think, I hate to see anybody go to prison, but I think there are some that are probably better off, But I did a prison ministry for the church once, and it was kind of amazing because a lot of these felons, I'm not too far from Leavenworth Prison in Kansas, and that's where the ministry was, and you know, they made the same decisions that I made, and there were the only difference is they got caught and I hadn't. And so it was kind of weird that it was just like with that small fraction. And some of them, they got the book thrown at them. They got 20 years for something that most people, they didn't kill anybody, but they got 20 years in prison in a federal maximum security prison, for something that I could have just as easily made that bad decision and done as well. And so, yeah, it was really eye-opening because it was like, it made me look at society. It made me look at them a lot differently. And so, because we kind of think, okay, well, most of them deserve to be there. Well, yeah, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But we still have a lot of people in prison that probably aren't guilty, but they just didn't have adequate representation, or they weren't smart enough. So if they still had chain gangs, would change a lot of their outlooks. Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of it is that there's really, they sit around all day. They do the gym. They read books. They're really not, really, I mean, they don't have their freedom. So yes, but in the big scheme of things, it's, like you said, especially if you get to one of the country clubs, that one's really good. I mean, who was it? There was one of the actors when, Robert Downey Jr., I think, when he got put away for one of his drug charges, they let him out on furlough to be able to do a movie, and it's like, really? Because he was an actor. And so, but like you said, yeah, if they actually made him go out and break stones or make hubcaps or make license plates, then it probably would go there. It's probably a better life than some of them had. And you're right, it probably is. You look at one of the ones that really bothers me is the homeless. Is because a lot of the military are homeless. They come home from the military. They served our country admirably, and we as a society didn't do a good job reintegrating them into society to be able to be a functioning person, and they end up homeless. And they want to be homeless because they just don't want to deal with it. They don't want to remember what they went through, and so yeah. As a society, we really, we're great at training soldiers, training people to kill. We're not very good at deprogramming them when they come back and taking care of them. And that's one of the things I think is a big failing of our society, especially this country, because we've got a lot of soldiers that are homeless, we got a lot of veterans that are homeless, I should say. And that's sad. That should never happen. And so, but yeah, it's kind of like you said. It's like some of them, I think, then they go to prison because at least they've got a roof over their head and 3 square meals a day, because it's better than the alternative. So, but yeah, it really was, when I was doing that ministry, it was a real eye-opener because it really helped me to look at things differently. So rather than just stereotype everything. So more worried about immigrants than the vets. Yep, exactly. And that's exactly what it is. If we gave them half the attention that we give the immigrants, we probably could solve a lot of the problems. But yeah, it's like we just don't care. And I think that's just sad. We care enough to recruit them and bring them into the military and we actually, a lot of times, target the ones that are not as intelligent for the military. And then, and then we treat them so horrible when they come home after they've served the country. It's like, so yeah, it's kind of frustrating, but one of my little pet peeves. So, following objectives must be completed. Report to her. Tracking the queen or bag of blood. Okay, I can't remember which one I did the last time. I think I did bag of blood because his name was Wolf. Alright, so let's pick up. Set destination. Yep. I don't remember what we were talking about. What's the mine 2 in regard? I go to the local VFW a few times a week. Yep. Yeah, it's one of those where if we can't take care of our soldiers, I mean, that's horrible. I mean, I've seen it's been bad. I've been in airports, and every time I see soldiers, I'm older, so I'm from a different generation. But every time I see soldiers, I have so much respect for them because they're doing something that I didn't, that I couldn't, that I didn't feel capable of. My father served in Vietnam, and he didn't talk about it. Didn't talk about it at all. He had an older brother who already had children, so he knew he would be drafted. So he enlisted in order to try and control his fate, and yeah, I guess he was a photographer in the army, and they had him taking pictures of the most horrible things they could to send back here to, the States in order to try and win favor for the war because everybody was so against the war. And he said that a lot of those images, he could never get out of his head, and so I think about all these soldiers that went through the same type of thing, maybe not having to take pictures, but had to actually, he didn't even carry a gun, but had to deal with, the taking human life and that kind of stuff. And it's like we take them over there, we train them how to do that, and then we bring them back and say, good luck, And it's like, we've got to do a better job. But yeah, I've been in airports where soldiers will get off a plane and, and people will spit on them. And I'm just like, regardless of how you feel, that's just horribly disrespectful. I mean, they're serving this country and doing something that you're not, and at least have respect for that. It's kind of like the whole cops thing, the police officers. At least respect the badge if you don't respect anything else. There's good and bad and everything, but mine was in Vietnam also, was never the same and took his own life. See, yeah, and that's a shame because there's a lot of that. And I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. But yeah, I have 2 brothers that served in the military, and one's made a really good career of it, one not so much, and it's kind of one of those where it's, it wasn't the choice that I made, so it was kind of, from that perspective, it was, I really respect anybody who does make that choice, because I didn't, and didn't feel I could. But I always said I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I fight with my life a lot, so I don't know if that's completely true. But yeah, from that perspective, it's just like, but there are so many that just disrespect the police, disrespect the soldiers, and it's like, they're thankless jobs. Police officers don't make hardly any money. When you look at the big scheme of things, it's to constantly be in harm's way. That's a tough job. And then to have everybody hate you on top of it. Now, like I said, there's good and bad and everything. So, there are some that sometimes take it a little too far, and that needs to be addressed. But yeah, it's one of those where to constantly be in harm's way every day and then be disrespected on top of that for serving and protecting, that's rough. So if Fight with the wife just to make up. Yeah, exactly. Another ad. All right, thanks. Let me know when it's over. Or she probably can't hear me say that, so.
Warp drive active.
Definitely gonna have to check these settings. Let's see.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, every 2 minutes and 30. Every 2 minutes. Looks like 2 minutes every 30 minutes. Okay. It's actually, I think, only supposed to be 1.5 every hour. Or maybe that's correct. Maybe it's 3 minutes an hour. Something like that. But yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, as an affiliate, I can't turn those off, which I was a little bummed about when I read that part.
Permission requested.
As a partner, you can actually turn them off so that your viewers don't get the ads. And the other thing I didn't like is it doesn't seem to let you control which ads you get, which would be nice if if I could actually choose which ads, then that would be kind of nice. It seems like it gives whatever's the going rate for Twitch, so no big deal. Just always hit mid-sentence. Yeah. I just changed another setting, so it should actually put it in the chat now. I had it put in for the moderators, but it doesn't seem that it considers me a moderator. So, but I had it put it into the chat. So we'll see if the next one, when it comes up, if it actually announces it in the chat, because then that way I can at least know ahead of time, so I know to shut my mouth. Kind of be nice if it would actually pop them up so I would see, I could also see which ones you guys are getting. So I know when I've watched other people's streams, I get a lot of them, and it's always funny. The one that I always hated, and it actually mentioned it in there as part of the settings, was when you join a stream and it gives you an ad right away. And it's like, come on. I mean, I just really want to see if they're actually talking or teaching anything that I want to learn. And now I gotta wait 3 or 4 minutes before I can even figure out if it's a stream I want to watch. That's crazy. So, but yeah, it's kind of one of those. So I take it here. Plant the fake body at the outpost. Okay, I can do that. Wolf's body double. All right, let's put him in there. Alright, close. I get some that aren't even in English. And that's kind of weird because, yeah, that's just, that one, I don't get that one. Because it really doesn't make any sense.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, that's kind of, and I could see that happening too, But yeah. It's funny because I always tell when we watch stuff on television, I TiVo everything, and so that way I can fast forward through the ads. In fact, if I can find it where I can stream it so that I don't have to worry about the ads, that's even better, because I don't have to even fast forward through them. But it's funny because the Wolfbergen is high. Okay, let's approach this one. But yeah, it's kind of weird because sometimes it doesn't work that way. And so anytime I'm watching regular television and I have to go through ads, it's kind of like, oh man, plant the fake body double in the outpost. Any serpentine kills are optional. Okay, I can do that. Wolfbergen hideout. Okay. But yeah, to get some that aren't even in English, that's pretty That's pretty interesting. Taking forever for me to get them, so let's launch these guys. They're really not doing any damage, so we may as well take them out. Oh, they're actually doing some damage now. Now I woke them up. Alright, that's Plant Wolf. Alright. Ah. As soon as they finally got to it, I switched them. Could understand maybe if they were in Hillbilly. Yeah, that might be entertaining if nothing else, right? Ooh, fireworks. So how are these guys getting damaged? Are they getting damaged by the other ones blowing up? That's kind of weird. I haven't targeted any of these. Oh, there's a cruiser. Oop. We need to finish that one off first. I thought he was done. There we go. Now I'll switch to that one. Let's turn that off. There you go. Alright. No problem. I'm just going to save my ammo because my drones are doing a much better job of it anyway. Actually, though, it looks like I lost a couple. So obviously I wasn't paying too close attention. Which is why they're a little slower now. Yep, this one's getting attacked. We'll just take this guy out, then we won't have to worry about it. There you go. Alright. Looks like there's only one that has any loot, so let's go ahead and loot it. Yeah, looks like we lost two. what I get for not paying attention. Alright. Let's leave that. And let's dock. Supposed to hit 90s here tomorrow. Too early. Too early for it to be that hot. Yeah, I agree. I actually have kids camp with my church. I do kids camp every year. I'm one of the chaperones. And that's this year. It's actually the second week of July. And I'm really dreading it because it's usually the last week of June. And it's usually pretty hot. Second week of July is going to be completely unbearable. So, but yeah, it's the whole week. So I won't be streaming that week. I'll be on quote unquote vacation. But that should be, yeah, interesting. It's the most exhausting week of my year. So, but it's actually very rewarding. So it's kind of nice. Clear out these ones that I don't need. And let's actually see if... No, doesn't look like we picked up any drones. Bummer. Alright. Request. Organ. Okay. Track the drones with the help of Wolfbergen. Okay. Right. So I think we just go out there and fly around, if I remember correctly. So kids are great, especially when you can give them back. Yep. That's the best part about being a grandparent is buying them the loudest possible toy that you can for birthdays and Christmas and sending them home. Sending them home. My daughter, she had this... We called it a jibber jabber. It was this thing that you'd shake and it made noise. It just made this really weird noise. I heard it in my nightmares. She would carry that thing around with her everywhere. And she just loved it. And it was funny because we bought one for her daughter when she got to be yeah. I can't remember exactly how old she was, 6 or 7, and so yeah, she was just furious, and I was like, oh yeah, that's nothing. So, all right, let's go through the gate. 25 kilometers. Come on, guys. But yeah, I actually threatened. I think when she turned 13, I was going to buy her a drum set, but. That one I didn't actually follow through on, so. But that would have been interesting, so. But yeah, that's best part. Ice cream and Red Bull. Send them home. Yep. That's it. Wire them up. Well, that's the thing with kids camp. Those kids, they come with money their parents have given them, and there's like a snack shack there that sells candy, and they eat that candy all week and are so wired. They're tired from not getting a whole lot of sleep because some of them it's their first time away from home, and then they eat all that candy, and so yeah, by the end of the week they're just strung out and sugar crash exactly, and it's like, yep, time to send them home. Time to send them home. We have a good time. We have a really good time. It's one of the things I'm gonna miss when I move to the Philippines. So, as I won't probably be doing activities like that anymore. So, not sure kids camp will be one that I'll miss it because it is very rewarding, but I won't miss sleeping on the concrete beds. Noticed as I've gotten older, the concrete beds are not as forgiving as I remember. And so, another graveyard. I don't see. Wait, I'm getting something. Okay. So, are we supposed to kill it? Did that just... How did it do that? You're sitting there. Follow it. Okay, we can do that. But yeah. I'm a little worried because the concrete beds, I usually get probably 4 or 5 hours sleep, which is low for me, and which makes me I have to be on my best behavior, and so especially with kids, and then yeah, and then they're a little stressed out. So yeah, but like I said, it is a very rewarding
Warp
week.
drive active.
But it's one of those where the concrete beds and now the July temperatures is going to make it. So yeah, I've done that. I have some things that I use for camping that are kind of just small inflatables that just kind of take the edge off, but and they work pretty good. But yeah, it's funny because they really doesn't, with the concrete bed. It really doesn't matter what you have on it at that point. So it my body, as I've gotten older, doesn't quite recover from those things anymore. It's like sleeping on the ground. I used to love to camp, and I still love to camp. I just don't love sleeping on the ground in a tent anymore. It's nice to take a camper and sleep on at least a partial bed. And so, but yeah, those concrete beds, I think they're worse than the ground. It's like, ugh. But it's actually always a very interesting week. It's always curious because my company has a lot of trouble getting by without me, which I don't, you know. I think I've hired 3 different people to replace me when I retire, and every time I hire them and train them, they move them somewhere else. So I pretty much told them that's not going to stop me from retiring. So, but yeah, they always panic when I'm gone for more than 2 or 3 days, and so I'm kind of always wondering how many times they're going to call me during the week. And unfortunately, at kids camp, it's actually very poor cell reception, which is kind of nice. But yes, yeah, it is. It is in some ways. All right. I don't see the acceleration gate. Oh, there it is. But yeah, well, I guess that's one way to look at it, is job security. But I always feel bad for leaving my teammates in the lurch, but can go on strike, get you some of that CEO money. Yeah, I think even going on strike, I'd never get that CEO money. I think, there's what's that fine line between morality and, I just could never bring myself. That's what I'm like. I just can't believe a lot of times that they'd even do it. So come on back. All right. Complete remotely. All right. Request. Based on the data, file the rewards will be yours. Hunt down and remove all drones in the area. Okay, I'll accept. Close. Okay, why are you not showing me the thing? So there's another one where it's there, but it's not showing me. It's not giving me the stuff. So my golf game ain't good enough to be CEO. Yeah, that's true too. I get a lot of exercise when I play golf because I play the whole course. I see areas of the course that nobody's been in for months. Places that never get mowed. Places with trees. Sometimes in the middle of a lake. So they definitely do it for the exercise. That's why I said I actually look at it more as how to get more cost per stroke, or get the least cost per stroke. Kind of cut down the cost per stroke. So the more strokes I have, the less each one cost, and so it justify my golf game. So let's switch to the antimatter, see if that'll let us at least target some. Not that I think we need to. These guys are taking care of it. These guys are doing a pretty good job of harassing them. Is that one there? I guess it is there. That one was so dim I couldn't tell if it was actually there or not. I don't know why the drone split up. But yeah. All right, come on back. And let's approach the gate, which is far away. I should have started approaching it earlier. That must be all I have. So, are they set to focus fire? Well, that's one of the things that I still haven't quite figured out. Yeah, so that's not it. I don't see where to actually set the settings for the drones. I thought it was here, but it's not. That just tells you what to do. Disable the light background, so might have to be in space. Okay, yeah, that's probably. I'll check that out the next time. And that makes sense because the only time I think about it is when I bring them in. Like, hey, they weren't targeted.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Let's wait till we stop warping so all the distances get taken care of. Oh, they already killed him. Check the focus fire. Yeah, no, still doesn't show. Oh, maybe it's here. Focused fire. There you go. You're right. These ARC missions are really good for making money, because I shouldn't say that. I'm not making huge amounts of money, but still making pretty good money. See if we can get this scout one in before they kill him. It seems like when I try to recall them, they usually get killed faster. So. I think I'm gonna do some SoE Arc this weekend on at least one account. Yeah, it makes a difference. They don't quite give the bonus to the standing that I was led to believe, but they do give a pretty good bonus. So, and they're, like I said, they actually they generate a half decent payment as well. So it really can't go wrong there. Kind of nice. Alright, let's switch back to the tungsten. 38. Launch. Let's not launch the damaged one. Of course we did. Turn. All right. There's a good chunk of rep at the end when you pick. Yep. Yeah, and that is, I think it gave me like a full point. But like I said, I was actually expecting it to be higher than that, but maybe that was just wishful thinking. So. Uh-oh. There we go. Surely they ought to be. I gotta approach this one. Sitting here napping. There is that booster also. Yeah. And and I forgot about that. I got it written down here somewhere. And I forgot about I need to buy that because you're absolutely right. So I thought I was supposed to loot this guy, but I guess not. Alright, well then we don't need to fly to it. Bring these guys back in. And dock.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, I have that written down here somewhere. I just need to actually find it and buy it. I may actually got a ton of boosters in my account that I haven't been using, and I need to use. Dropping my mail all over the place. But yeah, I wrote it down here somewhere. Well, of course, I can't find it. There it is. Glenorex booster. Yeah, I knew I had it written down here somewhere. Just need to go buy it. Oh, actually, it's midnight. I didn't realize it was midnight already.
Docking permission.
I'm gonna need to get off here in a bit.
Accepted.
Appreciate you guys watching. Keeping me company. That's always fun. Not sure how close I am. I don't think I'm close enough to finish. 28 of 52. No, I'm still just barely over halfway. So, but yeah. So actually, it looks like a pretty good time. Let me see if I can find somebody to raid. I saw Chaos was on earlier. I think I've raided him a couple times. And there he is. So, yep. So I think I'm going to go ahead and raid him. At least that way you guys will get to watch somebody that probably teaches a little bit more than I do. So. That's 1298. So, all right. So yes, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for contributing to the stream. Especially thanks for the chat. I appreciate it. Helps make the day go by or the night go by pretty quick. So, and I will be streaming again tomorrow night. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and raid Chaos, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.